here. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn. Your pawn. Your pawn. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. You can double down. I'll still be a proud haven for your love is never love. A river through your bluff, I will be enough, enough, enough. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. Something you can never take, but it's not uncommon to forsake. Got a chronic urge to complicate. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. Feeling I have nothing left to hide. Hard to say, but you know it when it's right. Keep it simple now, living it before I die. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the
Hello everybody, welcome back to Freaky Fast Broadcasting, where tonight we have the ARCA Evolution Series here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 13 here at the Evolution Racing Leagues for their 2021 season here at the ARCA Evolution Series. We have some proud sponsors here at the Evolution Racing Leagues and Freaky Fast Broadcasting, and we want to give them a special shout out. First, we want to give a shout out to Nissan Central. They are the leading Nissan dealership in Oklahoma City. You can go check them out at their website at www.nissancentral.com. Next we have Sheffield Graphics. Sheffield Graphics is the leading designer in sim racing paint schemes and liveries. It was founded by a Navy veteran, and a portion of every paint goes to the Military Foundation's Folds of Honor. It's a great non-profit organization who gives sponsorship to the families of fallen soldiers and disabled veterans. Make sure to check them out on Facebook under Sheffield Graphics and tell them Freaky Fast sent you. Next we have ButtKicker. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail, from the subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from the ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. by moving physical mass instead of only air. The Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful base response, and it's all perfectly synced with every game with no additional software required. So make sure you go to ButtKicker.com and you can feel what you've been missing. And remember to use Freaky Fast 20 there at ButtKicker.com to get 20% off of any purchase there at ButtKicker.com. And remember, that's Freaky Fast 20, Freaky with 2 E's. So make sure you go check that out and use that promo code. Let them know we sent you there. But they are a proud partner here at the Evolution Racing Links and Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So we thank all those proud partners here tonight. But we have race number 13. I'm Zach Hall up in the booth, and joining alongside me tonight, my partner in crime is Brandon Colley, and we'll have Robert Moyer Jr. running the cameras in the background, keeping the stream nice and steady for all you fans out there at home. But Brandon, here in race 13, we're back at Charlotte after last week, or sorry, not last week, 2 weeks, because we've had an off week here at the Evolution Racing League for this Tuesday night. So, man, back here after 2 weeks. Now we're back at Charlotte after an all-star race here. Man, this time looks like under the daylight, though.
Yeah, and, we went from Dover to Charlotte, and by no means does that make it any easier. Charlotte generally considered a little bit easier to drive than most tracks, but because it's a little bit easier, everybody can stay right on top of each other. Gonna be some close quarters racing here, and now with the new dynamic track model that we have from iRacing from a couple updates ago, these guys are gonna be searching around for grip, trying to make passes. The speed seems to be around the top. Gonna see if anybody can make a lower line work to try to gain a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that day factor plays into it, but personally, just thinking about it, I think the outside should probably just get better as the day transitions into the heat. I think that outside is going to be very, very strong. We'll have to see here which driver can conquer it as they head off into qualifying here, Brandon. But, man, I tell you what, after what we've seen at the All-Star race with Jeff Carson winning it, I mean, he's coming here tonight 4th in points, doesn't have a points-paying win in the first 12 starts, but does have that all-star race win in his back pocket, and he was very strong here in the long runs. We could see that be a factor here tonight. Does he have a chance to get his first points-paying win here tonight, carry that from the all-star race?
I think he has a very good chance, Zach. It's more so than anything, you're coming back to a track that you just won at not too long ago, and it's a lot of confidence that you know how to get around the place, and you've won here. So I imagine he's going to come out here first, trying to put down a good qualifying lap, starting toward the front. It's definitely going to help with the shorter race distance here, only 70 laps. But he knows he's got the speed, and that confidence goes a long way as a race car driver.
Yeah, he showed great patience in that race. As you'll see there's the 81 himself putting down a qualifying lap. As it looks like right now he'll be top of the board, first driver to put down a lap time under the 31-second barrier, as he's looking at ripping the outside lane here. As it looks like Zach Sandlin, our third place finisher from the All-Star race, will put himself first on the board. He had a great run, and he is looking to get some momentum flowing for that number 57 there of Zach Sandlin, because I tell you what, he's had a season of up and downs. Right now 17th in points. He needs some good finishes, only 2 top 10s to his name.
It's a lot of story for a lot of guys that, up and down seasons, having really good races, and then just not really finding that consistency, trying to keep the air in the hot air balloon to keep yourself up there and stop falling back toward the trees, as they say. But, man, I'm excited about this race, and we got Chris Merle now putting down a quick lap, 30.8 there, and then Matthew Dude moving up to second place with a 30.94. So Chris Merle, 10th quicker than anybody else on track right now, but then Justin Malarkey comes in and slaps that time down to second.
Wow, what a lap time for Malarkey. He's trying to get that Sheffield Graphics pole award. So right now he's sitting on top of the board with that 30.76 over Kel Seaman there with a 30.79 to put himself second on the board. He showed a lot of speed in that All-Star race too. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out once we get this qualifying session concluded, as we got about a little bit over 2 minutes here left in this session. Looks like the only drivers not to put a time down so far are Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. and Carl Thompson. So only 2 drivers not putting the time down yet, but the time is very close. And I tell you what, outside line looking to be the way to go.
Yeah, did a practice race here a couple days ago, and on the restarts you could make the inside lane work, but you're only going to get one position. You're just going to have enough time to clear the guy on the outside of you there, but you have to get a good restart to do it. Otherwise, like you said, the outside lane is going to be the preferred place you're going to want to restart.
Look at this in the closing moments of qualifying. You watched it there live. The 6 of Richard Gonzalez. What a lap time from himself. He was the fastest man in practice, backs it up, and puts himself on top of the board. What does Carl Thompson have? It looks like he'll go 16th on that board. One car yet to put a time down. That is the 48 of Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. He is not out on this racetrack, so I don't believe, unless he gets out here very quickly, he will be putting a time down. Looks like Richard Gonzalez just going to have to worry about this 66 here as he's coming through 3 and 4 for his final lap.
And I tell you the secret to Richard Gonzalez's lap, he waited until almost the last minute there. The track has cooled off a good bit since the start of the qualifying session, about 2 degrees cooler. So a little bit of extra speed out there for that 6, just waiting a little bit longer than everybody else.
So I'm looking for that 6 to have a breakthrough race at some point. The speed he's shown. Looking coming in this race right here, 13th in points. Only 1 top 5, 4 top 10s. He's shown a lot of speed this season, just hasn't had the finishes to back that up. Could tonight be his chance here in the 6? It's going to come down to tire management, I think, Brandon, because those right front tires are going to need to be kept in good condition to be able to run that top lane. You don't want to be getting up into that wall.
It's a general rule of thumb that you can go pretty fast and carry a lot of momentum around the high side, but you kind of have to drive it in really hard to do that, and that's going to wear your right front out a good bit compared to having to slow down and run the apron. So you're going to have to pay attention to the fact that as the run goes on, you do need to start backing up your corners, even though you're running the high side. Otherwise, it's going to get very tight, and you will find guys hitting the wall pretty frequently.
Well, looks like that is the end of qualifying. Here is our qualifying results as Richard Gonzalez will bring home that Sheffield Graphics Pole Award. As second's going to go to Justin Malarkey. Third is Kel Seaman. Fourth is going to go to Christopher Schmerl. Fifth, Harold Rothery. Sixth, Matthew Dude. Seventh is Jeff Carson. Eighth, Zach Salen. Ninth, David Edwards. And rally your top 10 is Matt Upbrook.
And 11th will be Brian Fine. Anthony Gaudio in 12th. 13th, Jake Ashea. 14th, James Wright. 15th, Stephen Rasick. 16th, Carl Thompson. 17th, Steve Potter. 18th, Josh Holmes. And rounding out your field, 19th will be Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in the 48.
And that is your starting grid here tonight for the ARCA Evolution Series. Congrats to Richard Gonzalez on getting the pole here tonight. He won the Sheffield Graphics Pole Award here. Let's bring him on down here to get a talk with our man Brandon Colley and see what he has to say about getting the pole award here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Hey, Richard, it's Brandon up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Hey, Brandon, what's going on?
Well, man, excited to see you guys get after it here at Charlotte. Gotta say, congratulations on the Sheffield Graphics Pole Award, man. You've really seemed to pick up your pace in qualifying, and it's started to show in your race results here, but not quite the season you've been hoping for, kind of up and down here. How good do you feel tonight that you can really get a strong run in at Charlotte?
Brandon, I'll tell you, I feel good, but I'm a little iffy with the car. It is very, very slippery.
Yeah, especially with the sun being up like this. Fresh tires, waiting for them to warm up. You're going to have some handling issues, so we're excited to see how you guys manage that. Like I said, I did a practice race here the other day, and it was a bit of a handful, but once they got worn in, it was kind of nice, kind of snugged up, and was all good from there. But, man, you got a good starting spot here to kind of gauge your speed and see what everybody else is doing. You know, how important do you think protecting that outside lane is going to be? Do you think the middle really has anything for that extreme outside lane?
Honestly, no, sir. I was telling my teammates earlier, I think we're going to have to treat this like Darlington.
Oh, boy. If you guys have to run around here like Darlington, we're going to be calling them Charlotte Stripes before the night's over with, so I imagine see some guys up in the fence. But, man, good luck as you guys are rolling here. Let you get back down there, and we'll be watching from the sky, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Sounds good. Enjoy the show, guys.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to move. I cannot move.
What do you mean you can't move?
I can't. It needs to go to the ARCA Donkey Punch. Sorry about that, Richard. I'm trying to move you. I can't. For some reason, it will not allow me to move you. Even though I moved them down here. Sorry, Richard. I have a little bit of technical difficulties, everybody. Sorry about this. Trying to get ready to go green flag racing here. Brandon, can you move?
Green, green,
And
green.
we're going green. Going green here, guys, as Richard Gonzalez takes off. Justin Walker going to be side by side here as we race down to 1. Sorry about this, guys. We were trying to figure this out in the background. For some reason, Discord not working with us, our chat system, and having a little bit of issues. But they're racing side by side down the back straightaway. Great start here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, great run so far. See that outside lane coming in already. Justin Malarkey moving around. Richard Gonzalez here. Chris Smerol looking to peek to the outside to follow suit as they go down into turn 1 here.
Sorry about that. There we go. We're back up and good as we got Richard back down to his team. Sorry about that again, Richard. We don't know exactly what was going on there, but looks like Smerol going to take over that second spot here early, Brandon. And he's going to slide up into second. And here's this outside line just being really dominant. And you saw him start on the bottom. I think that was definitely the issue. Going to have that outside line be very strong as Malarkey leading now as you're seeing a good bit of racing going back here at the 55 and Matthew Dude for that 7th spot.
Well, if the outside lane is going to be super dominant like that, that qualifying effort that Richard Gonzalez did put up is absolutely going to help him here. It looks like Matthew Dude back here getting way out of shape. Anthony Gaudio having to make some evasive maneuvers, but slots now ahead of him in the 6th position, I believe. So these guys trying to just figure out where they need to be right now and seeing if they can make passes where the tires are relatively fresh.
Yeah, he said like Darlington in his interview. That's one key thing I took away, Brandon. And you're already seeing guys venture up really, really high, but some guys, you're going to have to figure out how to run the bottom, I think, to be able to make passes. At least at some point, be able to enter on the bottom and slide up to make passes, because if someone's just running that outside line, there's not really much you can do other than go below them if you're faster.
Yeah, you're going to have to make some guys mad, sliding up in front of their nose off the exit of the corner here to make passes, it seems like. And I've seen, like you said, a couple guys trying to, search around on the bottom and see if there's anything there. Maybe if the car just gets incredibly tight during the long run, if they overdrive it, you might have a little bit more speed moving slightly down off the wall, not having to check up so much. But we'll have to see when we get into the stages of the long run exactly what they're able to do.
At the moment, looking at your points leader, David Edwards in the 7th position. He rolls up on the back of the 57 as Zach Sandlin directly behind the 4 of Harold Rothery. David Edwards, always a driver. He seems like he qualifies. He's had the points lead. He's got the wins this season. But he just qualifies near the mid-pack and then drives through the field. In these shorter races, that I think it makes it hard on him. So I think if he qualified near the front more, I feel like he'd have a better shot at getting more wins. But I tell you, he's a very good driver at driving through the field, and it's fun to watch him.
Zach, I think that's the Achilles heel of a lot of really talented drivers, is not being able to put together that qualifying lap. They've got pace in the race, but just that hot lap you need to get a good starting position just always seems to evade you whenever you come to a different track. And David Edwards got the talent, obviously, to be able to drive up through the field, but you got to imagine how much further ahead he might be in points, or how many more wins he might have if he could get those better starting positions.
Looking at the 17 of Kell here. He's trying to work over Richard Gonzalez ahead of him, but he's got the 4 of Harold Rothery there, looking directly back at that pink number 4 as he works to the outside groove. As Kell drops to the bottom as it's over on the top for Harold to get the run to possibly get up in the 4th. As Kell's trying to go forward on the bottom, but that bottom is, we're going to see this very much tonight as we're at the Cup Series here and the ARCA Series here in Charlotte. We're going to see many times tonight that outside line is just going to be the dominant line. This is not our normal Charlotte. Let's just say that.
And I think watching Cale there, he saw Chris Smerol make the move to the inside of Justin Malarkey for the lead directly ahead of him, and he said, okay, maybe there's something down there. Tried it, and it just did not work. And now you see Harold Rothery directly ahead of him trying the same on Richard Gonzalez. Going to be able to slot back in line, though. Cale Seaman fell off quite a little bit there, could not take advantage of Harold moving down to the inside. But now it looks like, ooh, Harold up into the wall in turn 3 and 4 here. Going to see that quite often tonight.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see that a good bit. As we talked about it being like Darlington, you called it the Charlotte Stripe. We're probably gonna have a few of those tonight. And thank you everybody out there in chat for chatting away. Look at the battles here in 1 and 2. Zach Sandlin on the bottom of David Edwards and Kelsey.
Oh,
He's
no,
gonna
Edwards.
get to the side. No, it sends Edwards around. He saves it though. What a save from David Edwards. Zach Sandlin just getting into that left rear quarter panel, sending that 15 around. But I tell you what, Edwards, that is a save of a champion right there, as he is our points leader trying to become our champion. Man, what a save from that 15.
Yeah, that's it's got the tires heated up, and probably the driver, I'd imagine, because just before that, Zach Sandlin went into turn 1 and gave David Edwards a little bump going in, no harm, no foul, but then drove underneath him. A little bit of contact there, great save, like you said, and now he's got even more work to do here to try to pass some extra cars that he had to give up positions with that save.
Looking back here at Carl Thompson, the 66, now back to Steven Racing. It looks like Zach Sandlin maybe had a little issues for him, as maybe looks like he's connected maybe actually. So looks like he may have had some technical issues on the side of the 57 as he is out of here. As now look back to the 8 of James Wright running in the 15th position. He's got the 77 of Jake Ashea there in the 16th position directly behind him as they come down the back straightaway, about 7 seconds behind leader Christopher Smerol, as he has actually took the lead from Malarkey through all the sequence. And he's starting to pull away as we got our first Ford Nissan Central caution of the night.
Ooh, that looks like that was Brian Fine and Anthony Gaudio. Gonna look at this here, and just a little bit of a bump from Brian Fine trying to make a move to the outside of the 3.
Oh man, just a little bit of contact there to bring out our first caution of this evening here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, brought to you by Ford Nissan Central here at the ARCA Evolution Series, involving 98 of Brian Fine and the 3 of Anthony Gaudio there, and 3 and 4 first off. So, man, caution here early in the race is going here for the first 70 laps. As we'll go back here on the Freaky Fast replay and see as there's Anthony Gaudio in the infield. As directly before that, there was some contact between him and the 98. And like you said, Brandon, I think 98 trying to get the run there, as we'll go back here on the replay and see exactly what happened there. As you can see the 98, the white and blue car there in the middle lane. See the 3 gold 3 car. Oh, and the 98 getting the big run, trying to slide up to the outside, but just catches the right rear quarter panel. That 3 sends him sliding into the infield, but no damage for Anthony. So good there, as he's able to keep that thing nice and out of the walls.
Yeah, got to keep that that Earnhardt scheme nice and pretty. Probably, I'd have to say, my favorite scheme. Every Tuesday, coming in here and looking at that thing, it's always beautiful to watch go around, no matter what time of day. But in the daytime, it is shining.
Oh, it's very shiny in the daytime, that's for sure, my friend. As right now, Christopher Smerol out front. Only 2 sets of tires, Brandon, here. So it looks like drivers are going to elect not to take, that set of tires here early in the going, definitely. So going to see a lot of guys staying out here.
Got Brian Fine, Matthew Dude, James Wright, David Edwards, Steve Potter, and then Zach Sandlin. I don't know if he is reconnected just yet, but Zach Sandlin, after losing connection here, 2 laps down, currently in 19th. But the others came in this time, but did not. I think maybe David Edwards was the only one that took tires with a 15.73 pit time. Everybody else looked like just a splash and go, or maybe right sides. Don't think there's anybody with any significant damage or really damage at all. So nobody doing many repairs. So just fuel, it looks like, except for the 15.
Yeah, 15 of David Edwards there. Hit pit road to get some fuel, looks like, and maybe some work done on that car. I mean, he also got a little bit of damage, I believe, by getting turned into the side of that 57 there, who has yet to reconnect. So I think Sandlin, his night may be done here early, 15 laps in here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But right now, Sproul, our 4-time winner this season, back up front. Can he get that 5th win? He has been on some type of roll. He's second in points now, 40 points behind David Edwards. If he wants to catch David Edwards before the playoffs for that regular season championship, he's got a good bit of points to make up. But I tell you what, the roll he's been on, you never know it could happen with some bad luck with David Edwards. It could quickly come to the 14th roll.
Yeah, if David Edwards keeps having issues like we saw earlier, had he not saved that car, that could have just been a lot of free points in the favor of the 14, especially leading the race right now in a pretty good position to stay up front and potentially win this thing for even more points. So David Edwards, a lot of work to do, but still got quite a bit of time and a nice gap in the points, that 40-point buffer to just kind of hold on and mitigate some bleeding here.
Richard Gonzalez, our pulse there, is still in that top 3 position, just slid back to 3rd, and that was really just off the start. He's got the restart on the bottom again here. That's going to be the key. Is everybody's going to be on old tires. If you're restarting on the bottom, you're probably pretty worried right now, Brandon.
I think so, and we saw, like you said, Richard trying to really make something happen off the restart on that inside lane. I think now he's going to try to get to the top as quickly as possible here, but you have to nail the restart and just hope that the guy above you is a little bit later and gives you that clearance you're going to need.
Well, looks like we're going to get double file back up here. Getting ready to go back green flag racing after our first caution of this evening here for the ARCA Evolution Series for the Redemption 70 here tonight. As we did have our all-star race here, so we got some little bit of knowledge, but it was in the nighttime. But still, I think just in this daytime, the outside's just even better. So I think that outside is just going to be completely more dominant. And it's a different Charlotte here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are used to ripping the bottom here. Now it's ripping the top, and it's very tough to pass when it's like this.
It's they turned Charlotte into what used to be Kansas. We had the same issue for a long time at Kansas, and now Kansas, you can run the bottom pretty well, but now Charlotte up against the wall here. So guys that do have some experience working with this, it's just definitely not ideal trying to make passes that way. But you know what? You got to deal with what you got to deal with and make the best of it.
Yes, we do. Pace car is in this time.
Green, green, green.
And we're back. Green flag racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Is Malarkey with a good start up top. Can Sparrow make the bottom work here on the restart? That's going to be the key. They're getting up the speed. Can he slide up in front? He needs to quickly do it. He is clear. I think he will slide up. So looks like starting first is not terrible, but if you're from that 3rd positional back, it's going to look like it may lose you a spot. Hopefully be able to slide in there as it does. Richard Gonzalez slides up a 3rd. Here goes Malarkey onto the inside of Sparrow off of 4. Older tires here. A little bit of a cooling phase. We could see some Jimbo racing here side by side down the first straightaway.
Yeah, if you're going to make the pass just like Justin Malarkey did, you're going to have to do it before these tires get back up to full temp here. While you've got a lot more grip on the inside. But look back to 5th position. Jeff Carson restarted 6th, has made the move to get up to 5th, and now going to take the outside by the 6th of Richard Gonzalez here to try to make that pass to move himself up to 4th. And then just ahead of him, Chris Moreau gets into the wall. And it's another freebie for the 81.
I'll tell you what, that's a good bit of track position lost there for the 14th. He continues to lose momentum 3 wide with him in the 17th, Kel Seaman. Oh, wow, they slide by there and are able to make that pass as that puts him a roll back now to the 8th position.
Yeah, I was puckering for them there. Yeah, I never want to hear going 3 wide through the tri-oval in Charlotte. That is some tight quarters racing right there. Great job making it through. I think Chris might have learned something there. Might have pushed a little bit too hard, got a little bit too high. Luckily, no damage here. Just got a lot of track position lost that he definitely has the speed to make up. So he's going to be getting after it now, trying to get it back around the 17.
Well, the way this track is now, this is going to be tough. He's going to have to really show some good racecraft here to get these positions back. As you can see, our winner from our All-Star race, he's going for the 2nd position. That's the 81 Jeff Carson trying to get by Hale Rothery. Don't believe he's going to be able to do it. He's going to slide back up into the outside lane, try to hold on to 3rd here as they go down the front straightaway. Man, I tell you what, that outside lane being very strong as we do have a few guys moving forward here. The 66 of Carl Thompson slid back there as the 17th LC makes a pass on him. So Kale, after qualifying 3rd, sliding back a few spots. He's up there as Carl Thompson's 16th to 5th. This is interesting to see all these climbs through the field here with even just being really hard to pass.
Yeah, it's just taking advantage of the restarts when you've got the easiest time making passes, the colder tires, everybody all punched back up. Even if you're on the inside, if that outside lane gets checked up, you can make some good passes, but Chris Merle back into the wall.
Oh man, Sparrow not having the night here, Brandon. As he said, getting back into that wall directly ahead of Matt Upbrook there in the 16 machine. Sparrow is back to 7th, but man, he's got to stay out of that wall. It looks like Gonzalez gets into a wall here. As that's the way to pass. If the guy gets in front of you, gets into the wall, got to make that quick reaction to get to the low side of him, and that's not easy to do when you're already pushing the limits of the grip up on the high lane.
It really isn't, and especially with just the body model of these ARCA cars, if you get into the wall, it's kind of offset on the rear a little bit, so it sucks the front end toward the wall, and it's really hard to get off. You've got to be pretty lucky to just get a scrape and not get stuck to it, as we saw happen with Chris Merle. And if there's a lot of guys nose to tail, you look at tracks like Bristol, for instance, and that happens, you end up with a pileup. Guys just running over one another, not able to check up for it. But they've done a really good job avoiding that so far and getting pretty spaced out so far in this race, lap 24.
Yeah, lap 24, Brandon. So that brings up my next question for you there, man. When do you think we're going to start seeing these guys start to flinch for pit road? Does that start happening pretty quickly here, or do you stretch it? What's your game plan as a racer?
Well, with how hard it is to pass here, I'm going to want to try to undercut and then just slot back in, because on older tires, you're going to be able to defend pretty well just by holding on to the preferred lane. So if you can try to pit 2 or 3 laps earlier than a lot of other guys, you're going to make up a lot of track position that you're probably not going to lose, even with the disadvantage of slightly older tires.
So track position, talk about that. Somebody just got it, and that's the 81 of Jeff Carson, our winner from All-Star Racing. You see this great racing off of 4 between that Sparrow, Upbrook, and the 6 of Richard Gonzalez, all battling for 5th on to 7th position there. Man, what a battle that is. But Jeff Carson, our All-Star winner, up to that 2nd position is Harold Rothery. He just
Oh no,
he gets into the son of Gonzalez.
and David Edwards.
David Edwards. Brian Fine also. Oh no. Big wreck. Jake Shea, Matthew Dude. Multiple car incident here. We're on our 2nd caution tonight, brought to you by Or Nissan Central. And man, these guys might need to head to the Or Nissan Central to get them things checked out, because wow, a lot of guys with a lot of torn up damage.
Yeah, hopefully Or Nissan can give them a bit of a discount here, being a primary sponsor for the series. But oh man, unfortunate for a lot of guys, and then just cars kind of rolling after the incident, collecting even more guys, and some, especially Jake Shea. Gotta say, man, he's had some tough luck just getting caught up in a lot of incidents that have happened ahead of him since his debut in the league here. Cannot catch a break, it seems. But David Edwards, I think the biggest story out of that wreck here, points leader, and just like we talked about, we saw Chris Merle have some issues, but I mean, this just kind of opened the door wide open for him to gain a lot of points over the 15.
Wow, man, look at that. The 6 Richard Gonzalez, our pole setter, having a tough time there. Hell, Rothery, though, catching the hard end of it. He got into the wall initially, bringing out this incident. And from there, it's going to bring out a lot of stuff. And like you said, David Edwards, our points leader, involved in that. And that may be race-ending damage for David Edwards. This is something he definitely doesn't want to see, because Sparrow makes it through it up to 4th now. Sparrow could definitely cut into that points lead as the night continues on.
Well, hopefully it's not a lot of required repairs from the 15, but judging how hard he caught the nose in between Richard Gonzalez and Harold Rothery, he's probably going to have some here. He's just got to hope that these guys that got piled in with it here are going to be able to be a little bit slower than him and can gain some type of position back for some extra points here and try to salvage something out of this.
Salvage is going to be the name of the game for a bunch of these drivers involved in the 2nd Or Nissan Central caution of the night. Look at those freaky fast replays. They were fantastic. Shout out to Robert up there in the booth as Malarkey's still hanging on to the lead here, Brandon. doesn't look like these guys have elected to hit pit road.
I think I would be at this point. I believe by the time we go back green, we should be able to make it on fuel. If my math is right. So I think if you come down now, you're going to be good if it goes green the rest of the way to not have to make that pit stop.
Yeah, that's what makes this interesting here. This timing. I'm very, very, just what do you do in this situation? I think Malarkey and these guys are thinking that this is not the final time of their caution we might see of the night, just the way the racetrack is with the up against the wall and hard to pass.
Well, I think, yeah, like you said, it's just that fear of giving up the track position that's so hard to get. Um, but if you pit now, knowing you're not going to have to pit with anybody else, even if you're the only one that does, you're going to make those positions when everybody else cycles through for pit road, and you're going to have a massive gap that they're going to have to try to run you down to get to the end of this race here. So I just, if you can make it, unless I'm wrong that they're not going to be able to make it to the end from here. If you can, I think for sure the plan would be to come in right now.
That could be the question that these drivers are gonna have to ask themselves. And that's what they're doing at the moment. So sitting here under the pace laps here for our second caution night, brought to you by Orange Nissan Central, as Malarkey holding on to this lead at the moment. Man, I tell you what, Carson though, what a drive for him after a win last season, or not last season, 2 weeks ago here at the All Star race. He's carried it over here, starting seventh. He's made passes and made his way up through the field. He is looking very good, Brandon.
In the pretty much the best spot I would think right now. Going to be starting on that outside, and if he times the caution or the restart rather just right, he's going to be able to hang on to the outside. I think he's got to pinch Malarkey down, not let him get clear, and just kind of sail off into the sunset. And judging by the gap that we saw Malarkey put down, if Carson can get ahead of him here, he's going to be able to do the exact same thing and hope that there isn't a caution.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be thinking about what's coming up here. Definitely in this next portion of the race here, as we come by this time to complete lap 30, as this restart will ensue. Look at Malarkey elected to take the outside line. I think that's pretty smart. He's also got teammate Smarole up there on the top line with him, starting in that fourth position. Smarole could possibly get back up to second with this restart here, Brandon.
And it's pretty likely the advantage of starting on the outside and just controlling the restart going to be huge, and they're going to be able to coordinate that pretty well. So I don't imagine there's going to be much of a gap for Carson to be able to slot into. His best chance here, just try to only give up one spot, slot into third, and see if he can pick him off once everything gets back rolling, tires get up to temp. But I've seen Smarole able to make the inside work here, so I think Malarkey's going to have a hard time fending him off.
Malarkey with the lead here, coming to the restart zone. Pace car in this time. Justin Malarkey here with the control on the outside lane.
Green.
There he goes, 73 off and away. Smarole, not the greatest start. Carson, good start for him. He'll slide into second as Smarole is going to have Kel Seaman to his inside as they race down to turn one.
A really good restart for Jeff Carson. I was sure that the teammates were going to be able to coordinate that a little bit better, but not quite. Worked out still well for Jeff Carson. Everybody now trying to get single file, but Carl Thompson back in sixth. Sixth was looking to the inside of Anthony Gaudio in the three, decides just to slot in line, let everything get settled down.
As you look back at the field here, as we complete lap number 31 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, as these drivers single file at the moment, all trying to find the outside lines. We look back through the field as every driver off that bottom lane right now showing no interest to go low.
Well, Zach, I happened to notice something out of the corner of my eye. It's not quite in the battle up there with everybody around the wall, but if you look at Jake O'Shea in the 77, somehow managed to find his way backwards into his box on pit road.
Oh no. Well, hopefully they're still working on it.
Well, that would
As,
that would be the hope.
I mean, it's in there. I've seen it happen before where people were in their pit stall backwards and they worked on the car. So, um, good job by him there, getting it in the box and they're working on that 77.
Looking at Matt Upbrook now, trying to run the inside here around Steven Rasick. Not quite working out well for him, but nice looking Coca-Cola scheme there. The one thing I think is missing is on the back, rather than it saying "Have a Coke and a smile," I think it needs to say "Coke is it."
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the same?
It's a really old commercial from a long time ago. Coke is it. Any of the older viewers might know what I'm talking about, but
Coke is it, my friend. Well,
it's definitely before our time.
definitely before my time, sir. Yes, sir, it is. But I tell you who's on it is the 73 of Justin Malarkey. He's been fantastic here tonight. Carson out the second. I want to see if he can start to reel that time. And looking at lap times wise, last time by, nobody even close to Malarkey. I mean, he's 2/10 faster than anything in the field. Is the 55, and Matthew Dew makes a 3-wide pass. Wow, on the bottom.
Ooh, almost contact there through the tri-oval with Josh Holmes in the 000, but Matthew Dude, he may have found something a little bit tight there going into 1 and 2, and that's the biggest problem I've seen is just how tight the car gets trying to go to the inside. I think if you can maybe enter middle and cut it down really late and try to set up that nice run and not have to back out of the gas, you might have a shot. That may be what Chris Merola's kind of figured out here, allowing himself to make those passes. But, ooh, Matthew Dude again, right into the back of Josh Holmes.
Yeah, and he immediately lifts out there, letting Holmes get back in the position there. Here comes the 16 Matt Upbrook. He's going to make the pass, sliding himself up into that 8th position now.
Well, Zach, I am getting calls of guys hitting pit road. Jeff Carson hitting pit road this time by. And I believe Carl Thompson coming in as well.
Interesting call here on lap number 37. Hitting pit road for a few of these drivers for the final time tonight. Looks like Anthony Gaudio, Jeff Carson first to elect to do that. That's going to put some roll back up to the 2nd position with Seaman in 3rd.
Well, I think what I talked about, Zach, that undercut, Jeff Carson being the first one to come into pit here, this could work out very well, and he may end up back at the front and potentially capitalize on the success he had in the All-Star race.
Yeah, I mean, if he can jump him, that's the thing here, too. I mean, we know how hard it's going to be to pass. If you can jump somebody by undercutting them, it could be the way to go, Brandon. We'll have to see here. Malarkey right now running great lap times out front of this field here, about 2/10 quicker than his teammate Chris Merole. So right now he's setting sail with a 2.4 second lead. No look to pit road yet. We'll see when he decides to flinch to go there.
Well, still haven't heard anybody else say anything about pitting yet. Looks like Carl Thompson opting not to come to pit road, so just Jeff Carson and the 3 of Anthony Gaudio as of right now. But as the longer this run goes on, these fresher tires, they're going to be able to eat into the gap that Malarkey had from when they pit. And it'll be really close, I think, whenever everything cycles back around. They may just inherit the lead.
We'll have to see how that all shakes out. Here's look at this battle between Carl Thompson here, this 66 machine. He is trying to go forward at the moment. He's got the, looks like that is 55 of Matthew Dew there. He makes the pass. Look, Matthew Dew now goes to the inside, looking to make the pass.
Looks like making that inside lane work really well. Able to hang tight here. The run on the outside for Carl Thompson going to be pretty good, but Matthew Dew not losing too much momentum rolling the inside there. It's I think he may have found something here. Might be a slide job out of the 55, but no, he's just hugging it and ripping the apron. A lot of speed there.
Well, hopefully that track starts to come in down the bottom as this run goes on. Maybe Dude has found something as he ventures to the top of 1 and 2. See if he decides to go back to the bottom or does he elect to hold that outside line?
Well, now we have everybody coming in. Justin Malarkey and Chris Smurl pit last time by, getting word that Kale, Carl Thompson, I believe Matthew Dude as well as Josh Holmes, going to be coming in this time by. So everybody starting to make their way down. Now we get to see exactly how big that undercut is going to be for the 81 and the 3.
Well, I tell you what, here they come. They cross the start finish line as Malarkey and Smurl hit the bottom of 1 and 2. Riding here, the 2 of Steven Rasick. Looks like the 81 of Jeff Carson and the 3 Anthony Gaudio just going to come out directly up front of Malarkey, so not the undercut they needed.
Oh,
and
no!
then they collected by the 8 of James Wright. Oh no, Jeff Carson, heavy contact, no caution here. James Wright bringing it to pit road. Oh man, what a collision.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to figure out exactly what might have been going on there, but that was absolutely disastrous. A heartbreaker, a perfect strategy from the 81 there, just to have a car slide up in front of him mid-corner.
Yeah, I believe James Wright was trying to get to pit road. He got in too hot and did not keep the car on the bottom and slid up the racetrack. And there was the 81 of Jeff Carson, our all-star race winner. And man, I'm gutted for him. It also held Smarrow up a good bit.
It looked like during that, perhaps Anthony Gaudio maybe gotten some damage from it, but he looks pretty clean. It looks like now Gaudio gonna be inheriting the lead once everybody cycles back around, but Justin Malarkey not too far behind him here.
Oh, and Malarkey, big run. Here it comes. Here's the pass. This will be for the lead once it all cycles through. Malarkey to the top of the racetrack. Going to make the pass here on Anthony Gaudio. Take the 6th position away. And first, 1 lap down. At the moment, Matt Upbrook, your leader, with Matthew Dude in the 2nd, Steve Potter in the 3rd position, 4th is Steven Rasick, and 5th will be Bob Fitzpatrick Sr.
And I'm really impressed with the speed that Malarkey has been able to show here tonight. Just really yarding everyone once he gets ahead of them. Just never looks back, and nobody can seem to catch up to him and figure out exactly what he's doing. Is even now he's just slowly stretching that gap over Anthony Gaudio.
Well, I'll tell you what, this could be very interesting, Brandon. Do these other guys have enough to make it to the end?
I would have to say no. They were not one of the ones that came in pretty early on and topped off on fuel here. Still our top 6 not hitting pit road at any point during this race. So, well, excuse me, top 5 not hitting pit road at any point during this race. So I imagine they've got to be coming in here within the next 10 laps.
Well, looking back at it, Matt Upbrook, our leader. Oh, there's a huge wreck of the 94 of Steve Potter and Steve Rasick. That was 3rd and 4th they are wrecking. Oh, man, what a caution here. Brought to you by Central. That is going to have huge implications on this race here, Brandon.
And that was, it looked like lapped cars trying to get around the 2nd and 3rd position here. Or excuse me, 3rd and 4th. Just Cale Seaman, just a little bump on Steve Potter and sent him around there. Man, there's a lot of trouble with lap cars tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, that's lap cars on new tires trying to get around, get their laps back, and that's going to be a huge issue for Steve Potter. Really, nothing he can do in the 94. I mean, he's just running the high line, gets that tap from Cale Seaman, that sends him around. And not only that, but now this is going to let these guys pit up front, have the track position, and catch a lot of these guys that have to take a wave around and have older tires.
The lucky one here is going to be Chris Merle being able to get the lucky dog for this caution, as Justin Malarkey and Anthony Gaudio had just gotten around our leaders to put themselves back on the lead lap. But Jeff Carson, I think being a lap down now, the least of his worries, pretty significant damage. But Cale Seaman kind of Dug his own grave with that one. It's going to be trapping him a lap down, like you said, on those older tires, having to take the wave around.
But I tell you what, they're not going to be able to take a wave around because the 55 of Matthew Dude did not pit.
And on top of that, with Malarkey and Gaudio getting themselves back on the lead lap, I imagine they would not be pitting either. So that should have kept them trapped a lap down. So yeah, that was a misjudge on Cale Seaman as far as making a pass on a slower car, as well as just a race strategy call as well, because it kind of put him really behind.
Wow, what a turn of events here, Brandon, in the final portion of this race. Is we'll be just getting under 20 laps to go here, so we'll take 20 to go this time by. Man, I don't know how this is going to play out. I think Matt Upbrook sits the best off personally in the 16.
It would look like it. Freshest tires so far. I'm really intrigued by the call for Matthew Dude. I don't know if he thinks he can make it, but his best friend was the gap that he had before that caution. Now on the everybody stacking it back up for the restart here. They're just going to kind of blow his doors off. He's got to hope that they can get around him pretty clean, and Matt Upbrook starting on the outside now, going to be in a really good position to have a good restart with the freshest tires and see if he can finally do something with Justin Malarkey and cut into his speed a little bit.
Man, oh man. I have no clue how this is going to play out, and I'm excited. I hope everybody out there is having a great time tonight viewing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting for the Evolution Racing Leagues. Here for the ARCA Evolution Series, race number 13. Lucky number 13. It might be unlucky for a few guys here after tonight, though.
Charlotte has proved to not be very lucky for a lot of favorites and our points leader. And just, man, some unexpected and just crazy incidents to come about tonight.
Crazy incidents. That's Freaky Fast in a nutshell. If you want to see crazy stuff, make sure to tune in here each and every week. Thank you, everybody out there, for your viewing experience and hitting us up out there in chat. And our producer's enjoying his Freaky Fast coffee cup. You can go out there and check out our merch store in the description below and get yourself a Freaky Fast coffee cup. And you can be like, man, all this action is just freaky nuts.
All right, I'm handing in my resignation. That's my 2 weeks.
I think on the chat we got a few questions. Well, Brandon's saying his resignation, and I'm sorry, Brandon. You gotta. You can't do that, man. You can't.
It's been an illustrious career, definitely Hall of Fame worthy. Sailing off into the sunset.
Well, I'm joining you, Robert. Sorry. Just kidding, April Fools. A little late on that, but we got some good people out there. Got some pretty cool people out there in chat. So thank you out there for tuning in. Seen Cedric, seen Ryan, seen GT, and Ryan asked, "What system out there?" This is not on a system. This is on PC. And he said, "Can we race at Michigan? Yes or no?" Yes, iRacing does have Michigan, and we do not have a Michigan race tonight. But at some point during the season, I'm sure here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, you will see a Michigan race. Monday night is what I hear. So on Monday night coming soon here to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Make sure you subscribe. You'll see a race here on the virtual Michigan Speedway. As we get ready to go back racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we come into 18 to go here. Matthew Dude, our race leader, he's taking the outside line. Justin Malarkey going to start on the bottom. Has been the dominant driver tonight, but not with the newest tires. Here they go. Get ready to get into the restart zone. Dude's going to speed up a little bit. Race pace car is in. Here they go. What does the 55 have?
Green flag.
Green flag in the hand of the flag waver. There it is. Green is out. Malarkey. Not the greatest start for Dude. Malarkey and Gaudio get away. Look upward, getting held back as Fitzpatrick. Looks like the 55 just can't get going there, Brandon.
I was looking at that. He elected to take the outside lane, and at that moment, this was the one time during this race, I believe, that the outside lane is going to be the place you did not want to be. And Matt Upbrook, unfortunately, getting caught behind there, nowhere to go, could not make the move to get around, and lost a handful of positions here, and continuously getting held up as Steven Rasick looking to go underneath.
Oh man, this is really holding up that 16. He looked to be in the best position to possibly pull this thing off with the freshest tires in the field. But now, stuck behind the 55. He goes to the middle there of Steve Racing, and oh, a little bit of contact. Looks like the 16 side by side with Matthew Dude down the back straightaway, heading to 3 and 4. I think Matt Upbrook will complete the pass here as he heads down into 3 and 4. Yes, he does. Now he's up to the 5th position. Needs to get past Steve Potter and Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. to be able to run down this top 2 adjustable ARCA and Anthony Gaudio with 16 to go.
How about Bob Fitzpatrick Sr.? Not had the best season and finds himself running 3rd right now.
That's fantastic to see for this 48. Like you said, hasn't had the greatest season, and just hasn't had the luck on his side either, but he is here in a good position. And I tell you what, the 48 gets around the Charlotte Motor Speedway pretty good. That number is known to do pretty quick things around here, so he is making that come true here tonight in the ARCA Evolution Series.
Yeah, hopefully, talking about good luck and bad luck, hopefully that 48, the number 48 on the side of that machine is pretty good luck for Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. here, and he can continue this run. And maybe not a top 3, as these guys behind him are charging pretty hard, but top 5 definitely in the works. And I got to point out, just behind him, it's not for position, but Jeff Carson, even with his beat-up race car, is slowly catching these guys in the lucky dog position. If they get another caution and he's able to get back on the lead lap, he may just have something to salvage a good finish.
I tell you what, the racing that's really wild is around that 7th position with the 2 of Steven Rasick. He's got the 000 Josh Holmes a lap down. The 14 of Christopher Stroll. And there it goes. It's going off there. Wrecking here. No caution yet, as we had a lot of contact there. 66 Carl Thompson in the wall trying to keep it out of there as he goes down the back straightaway. Looks like we're going to stay clean and green, as big incident there with Steven Rasick getting into the 14 of Christopher Stroll. A lot of contact.
Oh, and there's another spin on the front stretch there.
Looks like someone in the infield. Oh, is that the 16 of
Upbrook.
Matt Upbrook? No, and it is a lot of damage on that 16. No caution. He's going to have a tough time to get back around, and there it is. Caution is out, as race control will bring the caution out. Oh, it was Fitzpatrick who got into the wall, I think.
Yeah, a little bit tight coming out of turn 4, caught the wall, and looked like he just came back across into Matt Upbrook. Sent them both through the infield there. Bad break for Upbrook. Looked really promising in the position he was restarting in, and then just got held up, and it kind of got worse from there.
Oh, man, a lot of things transpiring here late in the going here on the Freaky Fast replay. You're going to see, look at that. Oh, the 48 hard into the wall. There's the 16 Upbrook getting low, trying to get by, but oh, here comes the 48. Hard hit, breaking the right front on that 16. And ruining both those drivers' chance at a top 3 finish here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, Zach, like I said, if they get a caution, Jeff Carson now going to be back on the lead lap, being the lucky dog here. Imagine hoping for another caution here, come in and get some fresh tires on this thing, maybe fix a little bit extra damage he hasn't gotten fixed just yet, because he still had pretty good pace. He was running not too far behind Fitzpatrick and Upbrook when that caution happened.
Yeah, he'll be looking to get that lap back, like you said here. So winner from our All-Star race trying to get back in position here to have a good shot at this thing. But now, man, I tell you what, Malarkey sitting in a good spot, as most of the guys on tires now taken out of this thing. Steve Potter, I believe, has fresher tires than these guys ahead of him. But we'll have to see how it all shakes out here, as we'll be under 10 to go once we get the green flag.
If we had a little bit more laps, I'd say it might be worth it to come in and get tires, but I just don't think you're going to have enough time. Granted, you're only going to fall back to about 8th position or 7th position if you do. But passing here is so difficult with the preferred lane being up. It looks like the speeds move down a little bit. You can make a little bit more things happen, but with guys side by side, there's not a lot of options. And if you get hung up just a little bit behind 2 guys battling, it pretty much throws your chance of winning on those fresh tires right out the window.
Can't lose much time, man. It's gonna have to get stuff done quickly here, as the restarts are gonna be very difficult and crucial to the way this plays out. But look at this. Steve Potter there sitting in that third position, like I said, in the 94. Yet to get a top 5 this season, sitting 10th in points. Man, what a job that would be to get a top 3 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway about halfway through the season to help him get some momentum, maybe to get that final push to make sure he gets in the playoffs.
Well, try to hope to hit the midway point here, get a good result, and just kind of ride that momentum all the way down the second half of the season here, and not had exactly the best season either. Hit or miss, and taking advantage of some guys having some misfortune throughout this race, being able to stay out of it for the most part, not get too bad of damage, find himself in third, pretty good. I also got to point out, Zach, Matthew Dude in fifth is the only car in the field to still, he has not hit pit road. He is on the same set of tires he started this race. I think he's doing this to prove a point.
Yeah, that it kind of scratching my head there, I guess. Then, if he hadn't hit pit road yet, then he'd only lose 3 spots. I would definitely hit pit road. I think that's somewhat of a mistake. I mean, like you say, he might be doing this on purpose, but I think that's somewhat of a mistake. He could have speed here to go up and win this thing with a fresh set of tires.
Man, I've been scratching my head thinking about it too. Like everybody else pit during green, and then when the caution came out, everybody that hadn't pit yet came into pit. He stayed out. Granted, he's still running fifth, but I don't know how much fuel he's going to have. Do you really risk running out of fuel here this late with, a top 10 guaranteed?
Oh, I don't think you risk it. Like why risk it? This is my question is I guess they're going to. So we'll see, man. Undertaking to go now. This is the money time. See if Malarkey can pull it off. We see Malarkey be in this position multiple times, I feel like, this season, man, and just hasn't been able to get it done yet. And with the speed he has, it's been a tough season. If he can get this win, this would be huge for him. But the 3 Anthony Gaudio are going to have the bottom. Can he get the right start to be able to slide job him going into 1 to get that track position?
Well, he's going to have to time this restart really well, hope no wheel spin, and try to stay as even with Malarkey as possible. And like you said, I can remember a couple times it seemed like Malarkey had a race locked up pretty well, and then just something reached out and got him, and he ended up falling back through the field and giving the win away to somebody else here. Hopefully, he can get out of this one without any incident here and capitalize on what has been a pretty dominant race. He's definitely been the fastest car since he's gotten to the front.
He's been dominant tonight. Can he put a dominating performance here to end tonight? Will be the question coming down to the end. Teammate Chris Merle started directly behind. They did time the restart perfectly last time. Can he help out here is the question. We'll have to see. Coming to 8 to go when we take the green flag here at the ARCA Evolution Series. Thank you all for tuning in here, Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Pace cars in. Malarkey waits.
Green flag.
And he's on it. Gas pedal down. Anthony Gaudio, great start for him as he pulls to the numbers of the 73. Can he have positioning going down into 1 and 2? Malarkey drives it in there. Anthony Gaudio to the bottom, not going to have the drive he needs as Malarkey will power off the top and take the lead down the back straightaway.
And right behind him, Chris Smerol able to rebound now up to third position, passing Steve Potter. Trying to track back down. He's had such an up and down race here. Quite a bit of contact and still managed to just claw his way back up into the top 3.
7 to go here. Malarkey out front. Gaudio in second. Smerol in third. Coming down to the end. Who's going to be able to put the big move on here to pull off something and get by Malarkey will be the question. Smerol last time by decently quick, but that 73 quickest out front. We'll see what the lap times produce this time here as they cross the line. They get 6 to go. 31-22 out front, 31-19 in second, 31-18 in third, and a 31-21 in fourth, as our top four look like they're the drivers within shot here for a finish here tonight out front.
Well, it's pretty much a three-car breakaway, and then Steve Potter kind of running all by himself here with these guys about half a second ahead of him. But then on back, he's got no pressure, so it looks like a solid top 5 finish out of the 94 without any other cautions or a mistake on his part. But this battle up front, Malarkey starting to pull away just a little bit, but now Chris Smerol all over the rear bumper of Anthony Gaudio.
Last time by, Smerol, fastest car on the racetrack. He looks to the inside, down the back straightaway. Doesn't have the run. Ducks back in behind the 3, Anthony Gaudio. With 5 to go, coming to 4. Does the 14 have what it takes to get past this 3? Remember, the 14 is going to have much fresher tires than that 3, as the 3 was one of the drivers to undercut for that lead position early in the going. But here with 4 to go, Malarkey, great lead. Side by side for the second position. Can Smerol make it happen? He's ripping the bottom. He will not be able to clear as they come off of turn 2 side by side. He's going to need to be able to set this up very well. Here's they're still side by side down the back straightaway. Can he make 3 and 4 happen? That's the question. Doesn't look like it so far.
Well, Zach, it's looking like the part of the track that Anthony Gaudio is really struggling at seems to be 1 and 2. He hasn't quite found the good lane that the rest of the field has found yet, especially Malarkey or Smerol. Smerol running the bottom really well. It decides to fall back in here, try to set up for another pass, try to formulate some other type of run here. Looks like he's going to get one.
Yeah, he formulated down the back straightaway here. He can't wait too long, as Steve Potter behind there in the 94 will be there if he does not make this happen quickly, as they're side by side. Oh, Gaudio up the racetrack a little bit. He's going to get back to the door of the 14 as they race side by side. The line, 2 to go, as Malarkey loving everything he sees out his mirror.
Ooh, really close shave getting into the corner for Anthony Gaudio there. Chris Smerol really backed up his entry, tried to get something happen, shoot to the outside, not going to work. Anthony Gaudio going to close the door, but Justin Malarkey ahead of them, just loving what he's seeing, setting sail here, coming around 3 and 4 to look for the white flag in the air this time by.
This is where he's got to set him up here. Here comes Steve Potter looking to the inside. Smerol comes down the racetrack. Potter has to back out of it. It really 1 and 2 has been the thing, but white flag in the air, brought to you by Sheffield Graphics. One final time for Malarkey here, as Smerol trying to get his second position here from the 3 of Anthony Gaudio. Here they come off of turn 2. Gaudio makes a little slip. 14 with the run, heading down to 3 and 4. No pressure from Malarkey ahead. Side by side for the second position. The 3 up the racetrack. The 14 dead heat off of 4. Here comes Steve Potter to the bottom. Not going to have the run he needs. Here comes Malarkey for the win, with Anthony Gaudio second and Christopher Smerol third. What a finish there for the top 2 positions, as Steve Potter will come in 4th and Steven Rasick 5th. Man, what a race here tonight for race 13 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Congrats to tonight's Sheffield Graphics race winner, Justin Malarkey. Man, oh man, what a battle down to the end here, as Malarkey able to pull off the victory here. First of the season. Congrats to him. You know, he is going to be one excited driver here. So he brings it down to the front straightaway here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and is going to burn it down for all the race fans here at home. Justin Malarkey is your race winner as he celebrates here on the front straightaway. And as he celebrates here, we will go ahead and try to find our top 3 drivers here to get our podium interviews here tonight for the ARCA Evolution Series. So everybody, we'll be right back here after a quick break. All right, we're back here, everybody, here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway with our top 3 interviews here tonight from the ARCA Evolution Series. As we got Chris Moreau, our second place man in points, up here in the 3rd position. Let's hear what he has to say after his 3rd place finish here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hey, Chris, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Good copy. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm doing good, buddy, man. Well, I tell you what, wild race out here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We seen you guys had the All-Star race 2 weeks ago here under the lights. Now back here under the daytime, able to bring home a 3rd place finish with a hard-fought battle between you and the 3 there. Just coming up a little bit short, getting that 1-2 finish with your teammate Justin Malarkey, man. But nonetheless, a great night and a great rebound back for you there. Getting that lucky dog late.
I mean, first and foremost, congrats to Justin Malarkey. The fact that this is his first win this season is just mind-blowing to me. He's always got speed, and he's a good coach and mentor for the MR73 race team. So hats off to him, and great to see the team owner go out there and snag the W. But yeah, it was that race did not play out at all like the All-Star race. The lines were different. Obviously, there was nothing to be had at the bottom of the track. The fuel strategy, putting me a lap down there and doing the lucky dog, and I just felt like I was in some unforced errors on my part too. Let's not forget, I ended up in the wall a couple times, so just felt like I was playing on hard mode a little bit. But those are the times where you just got to keep your nose to the grindstone and keep the eyes pointed forward and do your best what you can. And we were fortunate enough to pull out the P3.
Yeah, you definitely were, man. You did a great job here tonight to get yourself back in position to bring on home in 3rd here. Next week, big change of circumstances as we go to the Watkins Glen track, as we're going to be turning right and left, man. First road course we've had here at the Evolution Racing Leagues here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So what can we expect for yourself there next week?
I feel pretty good. I don't know that I've got winning pace there, but I've got a bit of road experience, so I'm hoping to translate that into another. I'd be happy to walk away with the top 5. It's just going to be so different with the strategies. Basically going to be make sure you stay on the track and go finish. I don't think fuel, based on what I saw the race rules, it's not going to be a fuel strategy race. It's just going to be who's the fastest over the number of laps. So conserving tires, Watkins Glen, very fast track. So especially going around the carousel there, being able to manage your tire wear and stay fast throughout the entire run is going to be key, and not having to waste the time to go down pit road. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for it. I think it'll add a little bit of flavor. Hopefully the racing's good. I think there's at least a few of us who've got similar times, put on a good show for everybody.
Awesome stuff, Chris, man. Well, I cannot wait for next week at Watkins Glen. I can't wait to see you guys go right and left there at that historic track, man. But congrats on 3rd here tonight, man. Before we let you go, as always, anybody wants to shout to?
Yeah, of course, my family, as you said, as always, and just awesome. They were sitting there watching and cheering on. So again, thanks to you guys for giving them the opportunity to do that. It's just really cool, just super weird experience, which is a lot of fun. But again, to MR73 Racing and Justin Malarkey, congrats to him once again. Anthony Gaudio, man, what a battle I had with him. That was just a lot of fun, close, clean racing. That's what it's all about right there. And then the other drivers as well. It was there's just this ARCA series specifically, I think, just has a lot of good, close, respectful racing, and that's due to all the guys who come out here week in, week out, and the admins for putting on the show and letting us do this. So have a great night, guys, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Awesome stuff, Chris, man. Well, congrats again on 3rd, buddy, and we will catch you next week at Watkins Glen.
So, see you then. Take care.
You take care, everybody. Too. All right, guys, that was Christopher Sparrow in the 14 as he was able to bring home the 3rd place position there. As you see, right beside him there is the 3 of Anthony Gaudio. So he was able to bring home 2nd once again here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway as he was able to battle off the 14. Let's see what Anthony has to say about his 2nd place finish here today. Hey, Anthony, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, Anthony, another great run for yourself here, man. I tell you what, great battle between you and Sparrow down to the end there, able to use that outside line to perfection and hold them off. Man, how tough was that? And how was the racing out for you there tonight?
It was definitely tough, that's for sure. It felt totally different than the night race we had with All Star. It was just totally felt like a whole new track, new car. It was weird at first, but you adapt to it, and you definitely lose your tires a lot faster. It felt like, and I think the whole object of this was just saving your tires. And I got wrecked early. Somehow I came back in and finished second. Want to say congrats to Justin on the win, and yeah, thanks to Chris for racing me clean always.
Yeah, definitely a great battle between you two coming down to the end, man, as you're able to come out ahead there and bring home the second place position here tonight. Now a little bit of change of pace we got coming up next week as we head off to Watkins Glen. So how do you feel about going there, man?
Well, it's one of my home tracks, so I should do pretty good. I've had a lot of practice there. Not much in the ARCA car, but I've made hundreds and hundreds of laps at the Glen, so I should be all right as long as I stay clean and stay alive. It should be a good turnout.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, I'll tell you what, we can't wait to see that next week at Watkins Glen, Anthony. Congrats on second here tonight, man. Before we let you go, anybody want to send a shout to?
Yeah, just my family, blessed as always, and my dad back home. He was cheering me on for that second spot. That's really it, man. I love what you guys do. Keep it up.
We appreciate everything you guys do out there on track, Anthony, man. It's what you guys do out there allow us to do what we can. So, man, we appreciate that very much. And we'll catch you next week at Watkins Glen. I'm super excited for that one, man.
10-4. See you there, man.
Yeah, you too, buddy. All right, guys, that was the three Anthony Gaudio, as that was your second place finisher here tonight at the ARCA Evolution Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's head off to Justin Malarkey to hear what he has to say about his first victory of the season. As like his teammate said, I'm kind of mind blown by that. Hey, Justin, Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Hey, yeah. How you doing, Zach?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. And I got to tell you what, Justin, for the season you've had, man, the speed you've shown each and every week, I got to quote your teammate, Christopher Sproul. I'm kind of mind blown. This is your first win of the season. But, man, how does it feel to get that first win in this 73 machine?
Yeah, it definitely feels amazing. I can't believe I feel like every week something happens to me. I know my mom and dad are probably like, what's going on? What's going to happen? Start hearing things rattling in the back of the car there, waiting for it to blow up or something, but it didn't. It held together.
Yeah, it definitely did, man. But I tell you, it definitely had to have a little bit of nerve-wracking feelings there when the caution sequence came out during the pit sequence there, and it kind of let some guys get newer tires than you guys, it seems like they got caught up in something. But what were you thinking late to that race as you had a few guys on fresher tires behind you there?
Yeah, I kept thinking back to Dover a couple weeks ago. I stayed out about 8 or 9 laps longer than everyone else, thinking I'll have the fresh tires at the end, and I burned myself, and I think I dropped like 7 spots by doing that. So I didn't want to stay out too long, and then this time I went into pits around like lap 41. I think other guys maybe went a little longer, so they definitely had a couple laps of fresher tires, but I just tried to stay up in the shade in 1 and 2 and keep the tires a little cool because this track was hot and slippery. There was 0 grip out there on the bottom line, which is complete opposite of the All-Star race where you could run the bottom pretty good.
Yeah, it was interesting, man. The daytime change here, it seemed like that top was really just the only option you had, and you made that only option the best here tonight, man. So congrats on getting the first win this season. We're definitely happy to see that up here in the booth, man. But we head off to Watkins Glen next week, so we got a little change of pace going right and left. What can we expect to see from the 73 next week, man?
Yeah, I'm going to be practicing with that brake bias because that's what I was dialing in tonight, up, down, trying to figure out, get some better braking into the corners here and getting it rotating. I'll be playing with that and hopefully aim for a top 5. That'd be nice to take it away on the road course.
Tell you what, definitely would be, man. I tell you what, so good stuff here tonight. First win of the season. That is awesome to see for yourself. Great momentum, getting yourself rolling before these playoffs kick off when we head to Chicagoland in a couple months, man. So congrats on the win here tonight, Justin. Before we let you go, man, as always, anybody want to send a shout out to you for this victory?
Yeah, definitely thank you guys for bringing it to the viewers, because without you, I wouldn't be able to put it on for the family and the friends that enjoy watching. So thank you. ButtKicker, because they sponsor the league, definitely. Evolution Racing, they put on a great series. They try hard. They're always busting their butts to get everyone out here and do it all. So if anyone's looking for a league, come over, sign up. And thank my teammates because we all had some good strategy. We lean on each other. And thank my brother Artie, my sister Jamie, and my parents Art and Diane. And we'll go get them next week.
Well, buddy, I tell you what, congrats on the victory here tonight. Go celebrate it, and we'll catch you next week at Watkins Glen. And hopefully you might be able to go back to back, buddy.
I hope. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, man, you never know. Anything can happen, buddy. But congrats tonight, and go celebrate this one for sure.
Yeah, maybe if no one shows up.
For sure,
Have a
buddy.
good one.
Yeah, you too, man. Good night. All right, guys. That was Justin Malarkey, your race winner here tonight in the ARCA Evolution Series at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 13 for his first victory of the season. So congrats to him on the victory. What a race it was here tonight. But that is your podium interviews here tonight from the ARCA Evolution Series for round number 13. All right, that was our interviews, guys. What a race it's been here tonight. Well, let's go ahead and head off into our race results, and then we'll get our final thoughts on what took place before we head to Watkins Glen next week with these ARCA cars. But man, what a fantastic race here as the results come up on the screen. Justin Malarkey bringing home that Sheffield Graphics race winning award. Second's going to go to Anthony Gaudio. Third is going to be Chris Marole. Fourth's going to be Steve Potter. Fifth going to Steven Rasick. Sixth going to go to Jeff Carson. Seventh, Matthew Dude. Eighth's going to be Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. Ninth will be Josh Holmes in the 000. 10th was going to go to James Wright. 11th is David Edwards. 12th, Zach Sandlin. 13th, Kel Seaman. 14th is Jake Shea. 15th is Matt Upbrook. 16th, Carl Thompson. 17th, Harold Rothery. 18th, Brian Fine. And rounding out your field in the 19th position will be Richard Gonzalez, as that is your race results here tonight from the ARCA Evolution Series. Man, Brandon, what a battle we've seen all night, but it's so good to see the man dominate here of Justin Malarkey and get that victory, because kind of like what his teammate said, and I used it in the interview, I'm mind blown he hasn't had a race win up to this point.
Well, they say that if you have the speed and finish up front pretty consistently, the win will come. It's just a matter of time, and it took a long while and a little bit of bad luck, but finally Justin Malarkey broke out and got into victory lane here at Charlotte. Really excited for him, and congratulations to him. But I gotta point out the rebounds that some of these guys had. Chris Smurl, contact with the wall, contacts with other cars, comes back, finishes third. Anthony Gaudio gets spun pretty early in the race, and luckily no damage, somehow manages to avoid any severe damage, comes back and finishes second. Great race out of everybody in our top three, and man, I'm excited to get to Watkins Glen. You and I have talked about it a bit, but I've never called a road course race as a broadcaster, so I'm pretty excited for that. Going to be a new experience for me, and ready to get there.
Oh, you know, when they're turning right and left, I'm excited. So I cannot wait to get off the Watkins Glen next week here at the ARCA Cars. But I tell you what, we cannot forget, later at 9:20 Eastern, we will be going back live with the RSR Cup Series here at the Evolution Racing Leagues as they attack the Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight in the Cup Series cars. So don't miss that action at 9:20, everybody. So make sure you tune back in here in the very short amount of time, a little bit over a half an hour. As man, what a race it was here tonight. We'll send it up to Robert Moyer Jr., our producer, to close it out here for the ARCA Evolution Series as we get ready for the Cup Series.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Hopefully all the fans out there enjoyed the content from Brandon Colway and Zach Hall calling all the action here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But like Zach said, we will be live less than a half an hour with the Cup cars will come out here at Charlotte. So make sure you stick around, subscribe, follow, and like us on Facebook and YouTube. So when we go live here tonight at 9:20 with these guys, you get to see some more Charlotte Motor Speedway action here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But until then, we want to say God bless everybody. We love you all. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? But let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, we kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away.